Imagine for a moment that, right now, your soul is already destined for a specific spiritual realm, not by chance, but by the level of awareness you cultivate in every thought, in every gesture. This revelation sounds almost like a provocation, but also like a call. What if every choice you make were deciding right now whether you will move forward in your evolution or stay stuck in the same cycle for centuries? Edgar Cayce, considered America's greatest psychic, stated that there are invisible planes, layers where the frequency of the soul fits naturally. It's not about moral judgment, it's about vibrational attunement, like a radio station. You only hear the music that matches the channel you're tuned into. So it is with life. If you vibrate with fear, anger, or attachment, you receive compatible experiences. If you choose love, service, and presence, access higher notes. Think of it as a cosmic mirror that never fails. The external world, encounters, and even conflicts function as reflections that reveal the stage your soul is in. It's uncomfortable to realize, but liberating. No one is condemned to the same place forever. Every moment is a chance to align your presence to what is greater. And before we continue, I have an invitation. If this content touched something within you, like this video, share it with someone special and follow the channel. Because Cayce revealed something even more profound. 7 spiritual realms already mapped. And discovering yours could be the first step to breaking the illusion of stagnation. Few people know, but Edgar Cayce recorded more than 14,000 trance readings, revealing secrets that most spiritual traditions have kept hidden. Among these revelations is the description of 7 spiritual planes where each soul finds its place according to the quality of its conscience. And this is no distant metaphor. It is the explanation of why so many of us feel as if we are repeating the same patterns of time in time without leaving the place. He showed that the evolution of spiritual advancement doesn't happen automatically. Many believe that living multiple lives guarantees advancement, but Cayce dismantled this belief with real-life examples. Imagine someone trapped in a video game, always playing the same level, never reaching the next one. This is what he saw in souls trapped in material consciousness for hundreds of years. They weren't bad people. They just didn't choose to transcend the same basic impulses. This is a shock for those seeking purpose, realizing that just the act of existing is not enough. It requires awareness, choices, and practice, love and forgiveness to change the frequency of the soul. And maybe that's why you're here, because something inside you no longer accepts living on autopilot. By the way, if this content resonates with you, take advantage, like the video, share it with someone who needs this message, and follow the channel. Because Cayce also revealed the invisible traps that keep the soul stuck in the same place, and they may be much closer to you than you think. When Cayce described the 7 levels of consciousness, he presented them as an invisible ladder, where each rung represents the spiritual vibration of the soul. At the first level, called material consciousness, we find attachment to ego, possession, and fear. It's like living inside a gilded prison. Everything seems safe. But true freedom never arrives. But here's the catch. Many souls believe they're progressing simply because they're living successive incarnations. Cayce showed that this is like running on a treadmill. There's movement, sweat, fatigue, but in the end, the place remains the same. He even used powerful examples, people who reincarnated as far back as ancient Atlantis, more than 12,000 years ago, still stuck in the same patterns. Maybe you felt this in your own life. Repeating relationships, mistakes, or habits that seem to drag on time. It is at this point that the essential question arises. Are we living our evolution or just sustaining the illusion that change comes from outside? Cayce said that recognizing these traps is half the battle, and on the other side of this discovery, He revealed simple and powerful practices called universal laws, capable of accelerating the transformation of any soul. Cayce called it service above self, the first great spiritual law. But don't just think of grand gestures. Often, it's the simple act of listening attentively to someone, sharing a plate of food, or choosing words that uplift rather than wound, that conscience begins to vibrate on another level. Every daily choice is a test to serve the ego or to serve the soul. The second law is that of thought as a creative force. Every idea carries energy that shapes our reality. But Cayce warned, superficial positive thinking is not enough. You must face your own shadow with courage. Embrace your fears, guilt, and failures. Only then does thought become pure and transformative. The third law completes this vision. Healing as a spiritual service. When you heal an inner wound, you automatically help heal humanity. The fourth law, death as a conscious transition, and the fifth, time as an illusion, show that life is not limited to this physical moment. Those who awaken to the presence realize that living well is preparing to die awake, and that true power lies in inhabiting the now, free from past and future. It may sound philosophical, but it's practical. Every time you choose love instead of resentment, or forgiveness instead of revenge, you are already applying these laws. And this is where the crucial point arises. Among all these practices, Cayce revealed which one is the most powerful in changing entire destinies. Among all the universal laws, Cayce highlighted forgiveness as the most powerful of all. Not that superficial forgiveness where the mouth says it's over, but the heart still harbors resentment. He spoke of a deep forgiveness, one capable of freeing the soul of invisible chains that imprison the conscience for entire lives. A real-life case shows this clearly. A woman, betrayed and abandoned by her husband, carried devastating resentment. Cayce guided her to seek forgiveness not because he deserved it, but because her evolution depended on it. After 2 years of internal effort, she managed to release her anger. The result? Her frequency spiritually made an impressive leap, going from a low level to a high plane in just one lifetime. This example shows us that all resentment is a trap of time, keeping the soul spinning in circles. But when forgiveness is genuine, it breaks the illusion of separation and makes room for unconditional love. And here, the inevitable question arises. Do we harbor grudges that are still holding back our own evolution? Cayce said, every unresolved grudge is like a weight tied to the wings of the soul. And when we release these weights, something extraordinary happens, not just to us, but to all humanity. Cayce stated that many souls of ancient Atlantis would return in our time to fulfill a special mission. They are spirits who already knew advanced spiritual technologies and who carry memories of elevated states of conscience. Their goal is not to live another ordinary life, but to anchor new ones, frequencies of wisdom and collective awakening. Look around, and perhaps you've already noticed, the new generations are not content with the same materialistic pursuits that dominated past centuries. Many young people are already questioning old structures connected to the presence, with nature, with the desire to serve. It's as if they were saying, life cannot be limited to work and consumption. This is the sign that humanity is at a turning point in its evolution. And here's something intriguing. If you're watching this content, maybe you're part of this calling too. The mere fact that you're interested in these messages already indicates that your soul seeks to break the illusion of repetition. It's as if the universe were saying, you're not here by chance. But Cayce went even further. He showed that anyone, of any age or background, can accelerate their journey by applying the principles of conscience high. Cayce's great revelation is that his soul is not tied to a fixed destiny. With every choice, big or small, you decide whether to remain in circles of pain or to break through the barrier of illusion and access higher levels of conscience. What you feel today, the way you react to others, even how you respond to your own failings, all of this is the secret map of your evolution. But here's the challenge. How many more years will you wait to free yourself? How many cycles of repetition do you still need to live through to finally choose forgiveness, a presence, and love as guides? It's not about perfection, it's about decision. While many believe they have all the time in the world, Cayce showed that tomorrow may be too late because life always exacts the price of stagnation. So I extend a direct invitation. If this message ignited something within you, like this video now, share it with someone who also needs to awaken and follow the channel to continue this journey. The next step is just ahead. We'll explore how dreams reveal the plane your soul travels to every night. The choice is yours. Continue sleeping spiritually or awaken to the life that has always been waiting for you.